Hello, listeners. Welcome to another episode of the Unapologetically Unstoppable Women podcast. And Anne, Lori, and I are so excited to be here with you today. And we have a topic that we think is super, super intriguing and would love to hear your thoughts about this. And it is, do you use the self checkouts or do you wait in line and have a real person check you out at the store? I mean, that is a conscious decision. And we find that topic super fascinating. And we all have some similar, and yet we all have some differing opinions about it. So I'm curious to get in and learn more. And listeners, we want to hear what your thoughts are as well. So, welcome. Hello.
This is
Hello.
not our normal, unapologetically unstoppable topic, but it's kind of a fun one and it's interesting. And there is an actual psychology to the people why they will use self-checkout and the people that are like, I am going to stand in this line, even though it's 14 people deep and it's going to take me an hour. I'm going to do it. I'm the stand in line person.
It depends on what's going to be faster person and how much I have in my cart. If I've got a full cart, I'm not messing with doing the self. But if I just have a few, like maybe 5 to 10 things to check out, and it's faster, then I do that. So I'm one of those, it depends. I'm wishy-washy.
Well,
You're
you're
a flip
about the
flopper.
you're more about the convenience, and it's like,
Absolutely.
okay, right now this is more convenient, or depending on the situation, this is more convenient. So you're going to go
Right.
whichever way is most convenient, and
Right.
that makes sense. But what's your stance, Anne?
So I feel like I took the time to drive to that specific store. I've loaded the cart. I've laid things neatly so that they can bag them easily or put them back if I'm at Sam's, put them back in the cart so I can, touch them 7 times between there and home. I want them to do their job. I also don't like that self-checkouts replace employees. We need that level of job for people, especially if there's learning disabilities or anything involved. That's a good job for somebody that may be all they can do, but
Yep.
that all they can do gives them confidence and independence and
Yes.
support. And we've replaced not only the human connection of somebody standing there helping me, but we've replaced the ability for somebody that's all they can do in a day. And they look forward to going to that job.
Yes. Yes. To me, it's the equivalent, like self checkout is this. It's just, there's no, I mean, half the time for me, it takes longer because I don't know the system. I don't know the things. I typically don't do the grocery shopping. So when I go, it's a production. And to have to worry about, because you got to press a button for this and press a button for that and put a code in for that. And God, heaven forbid, if you have a coupon, dear Lord, I mean, that makes the machine smoke, because that 30 cents is going to make or break the store that you're at if that coupon is, heaven forbid, it might have expired by a day. I mean, like, I don't know, I'm just being silly, but it is such a thing. And then you got to push the thing and the little red light goes on, and then you got to stand there and wait for a human to come from clear back at the back of the store. And I'm like, oh dear God, where's the human? Like, where's the checkout that I can actually go put my stuff on the conveyor belt? I find joy in watching it. Like, this is so weird, but it's like it goes through its little job. It goes down the conveyor belt, it goes across the little beeper thing, it gets down, it gets put in a bag, and then it comes back into my cart. Like, that's its little job, to do all those things. I don't know, but you miss out, like, on that whole thing. And then just like I'm a firm believer in we never know what someone's story is. We never know. And we miss out on an opportunity to perhaps put a smile on someone's face. Like, I'm a big jokester, big joke.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Really?
And I might find an opportunity to give a joke. And like my aunts will they won't do self checkout because they take these little teeny tiny um they're just little squishies, but they say Jesus loves you on them, and they hand them to every, like at the checkout, whenever we go out to, they leave it for the waitress. And you can't do that at a self checkout. Like, I mean, I guess you could leave it for the next
For the
person,
next
but
person.
more than likely it's going to end up on the floor and people are going to step all over it because heaven forbid that someone bend down and pick up a piece of trash. you know how many times does a piece of trash get walked on, in a day's time before someone finally picks it up? But anyhow, boy, did I get on a soapbox about that?
Yes, she did. Yes, she
Do
did.
you have an
Well,
opinion?
well, I have to say, most of the time when I go to the grocery store, I'm there with a cart. So most of the time I do go through the regular checkout. And along the lines of what you're saying, Angie, I like to say hi. Like, so what, when it's my turn and I step up, it's like, hi, how you doing? And I absolutely appreciate when they have some like a special needs person doing the bagging.
Yes.
And I'll talk to the bagger. I even help bagging just
Yes.
because I'm standing there twiddling my thumbs. I may as well, help bag. And they kind of give me that look like, I'm like, it's just, but, and then I always say, hey, have a great day. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I do like going through the regular checkout. But yeah, if there's long lines and I've got five things, I'm doing I'm doing the self checkout.
Uh,
So in
But
the
they do.
article I read, one of the things it said is people want to be rewarded for the fact that they're there. Like they want to be seen by somebody that they took the time to walk into the store. I do it more as an accountability, like, hey, I'm
So
here. I'm spending
is
money, do
that
your job.
so question on that, is that the person who is shopping or the people at the checkout counter? I need more info.
So it's the shopper that
Okay.
they dislike doing free labor for the store.
Uh,
So they want that reward that they've been seen, that they've helped the store, they've helped an employee. And then there's also the flip side of that is there's a frustration when they like, okay, I'm just going to do it myself today. It's totally fine. The line is long, so I'm going to go do it myself. And then the machine breaks. So there's an imbalance. Now you have to wait for an employee anyway. It's like I could have just went and stood in the line and avoided all of this. So there's a
mhm.
lot more going on that people don't realize why people make the decisions they make.
Yeah.
yes, and like Angie was saying, if you've got a coupon or if you are buying any alcohol,
Oh, mhm.
somebody has to come and check your ID and all that stuff. So yeah, sometimes it's just easier to go through the regular checkout.
Yeah. Yeah. And if I'm going to do self checkout, I want a discount. I absolutely want a discount because you think about it, companies do that because they're greedy and they want to increase their profitability, which I understand. But if you're already profitable at 70, 75%, and then you want to bump that up to 82% by getting rid of people's jobs, I have a problem with that. That to me, that's just greed. And when is enough money enough? And when there are people who are struggling, because whenever because the other piece of this is not only are they getting rid of people's jobs, but they're raising the prices. And that's where I struggle. And it's like, so you're getting a double benefit. So I want a discount. If I'm going to do a job that you have taken away from someone, then give me a discount for doing the work that you should be paying somebody for, you know? And so to me, there's an ethical dilemma associated with this, at least in my mind, you know, because fairness and justice are very high values of mine, and greed is I I have an issue with greed. um, and that's a whole other soapbox I won't get on, but you know, and it's just like, what are we already spend so much time like this. You go to a restaurant, you know, and it's sad that people are not having conversations with one another because their face are in their phones. And we're just,
All right,
it's like
everybody get your phone now.
yeah, we're dehumanizing ourselves.
Yeah.
And to me, I just struggle with that ethically. Um, and morality, and then relationally, I mean, there's just so many, you know, a lot of young people, they don't know what to do or say when a waitress comes around because they're so used to ordering off of an app, you know,
Yeah.
and it's
They're not being socially, what's the word I'm looking for?
engaged. They're just not
Yeah, engaged.
engaging
Yeah, yeah,
with other humans unless it's through an app, to a bot.
yeah.
And
And then you never know who's on the other side of that bot. Yeah, I mean, you never
yeah,
know who's on the other side of the conversation. And it gets them
yep.
in trouble. I mean, I believe, and we're getting off topic here, but based upon that, because they don't know how to socialize, there's a much higher rate of suicide too. So it's just, um, yeah, yeah.
We weren't designed, God did not create us to live in isolation.
No,
We are, he designed us to be pack animals. We're meant to be together.
yes,
We're meant to socialize. We're meant, you know, there's talking about some psychology, like there's so much psychology of human touch, and just shaking someone's hand, giving someone's a hug, you know, just a little touch on the shoulder, like, hey, how you doing today? um, there, you know, and we miss so much of that, and we miss opportunities to spread joy. We miss opportunities to make somebody's day, you know, because everyone has a story, and you might be the catalyst that puts a smile on that person's face, and they haven't smiled for a while, or you know, or I always say, you know, like, if I get good service, I let them know. I tell them. I mean, sure, I tip
yes.
them, but I verbalize it. And I've gone and gotten managers, and they're like, did I do something? I'm like, absolutely not. I want to tell your manager that you've done an amazing job, because I mean, most of the time when they're going to get the manager, they automatically think I did something wrong,
Yeah.
you know? And so, I just believe in doing that, because we just don't lift each other up enough. We're so divisive, and we, you know, tearing each other down. And I know, I mean, I'll speak for all three of us. I mean, all of us are interested in elevating people and bringing joy to people's lives and putting smile on people's faces, and helping the world be a better place.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this one thing, self-checkout being the one thing we started with, how many tendrils that has into other things, because it's not so much the process of checking yourself out, it's the values and the morals and that you assign to that then, well, how many other times do you choose isolation and speed and perceived control in other areas? You're like, oh, well, it's just self checkout, and then it's just ordering on the app, so I don't have to wait in line or talk to somebody, and then it's just this and it's just that. And you look back, you're like, oh, okay, so I don't actually talk to anybody ever in a day or a week or whatever period of
Yes,
And, and
absolutely.
When we were first talking about having this conversation for today's session, um, I thought when we were talking about self-checkout, it was more like self-checkout, like people just checking out. But it's very similar to what you're saying, Anne. Like you don't want to talk to anybody, so you're ordering online. It's easier to order online, or it's easier to go through the self-checkout. And and then you end up being isolated, and that's not good for your mental health or your
Right.
physical health either, because like Angie was saying, a hug is so healing. Of course,
Yes.
don't hug somebody unless you know it's okay to hug them.
Get permission. Yes, get
Get
permission.
permission, get permission. But hugs are so healing. And even being outside, I'm taking this course right now on why woo woo works. And it's showing the science behind, and this goes back to what I think it was Anne, you were saying about, we're not made to be isolated. And so for millions of years, humans have been living out in nature. It's only been what was the I think in the last 1% of since humans have been on the earth that we've been isolating ourselves with homes. I mean, we
Mm,
love our homes. It's safe. We had huge storms last night. I am really grateful that I was inside a home and not a tent. But at the same time, we're not even getting out in nature anymore. We're not getting to know our neighbors
right.
anymore.
Yep.
So, that self-checkout, all of a sudden I'm turning that into like, yeah, are we self-checking out with in our daily life?
Right.
I don't
That could
know.
make this a much longer conversation.
I
Yeah.
know.
I mean, it's there's so much behind it, and um I just think it creates more division. I mean,
Yes.
and more disconnection, um,
Mhm.
things that we need more of,
Yes.
and like you were saying, Lori, about, do you know your neighbors?
Yeah.
Like we're having a garage party Saturday night, and our neighbors are coming over along with some other friends, but it's do people do that anymore? Um, are you having those garage parties where, you invite your neighbors over and just kick back and enjoy each other's company and, like,
Yeah.
uh,
And it all
I,
starts with self-checkout.
and it all starts with
Stand
self.
in line, wait for the cashier. That's
Yes, yes. And, and everything we've gotten, there is something to be said for conveniences, but like people have lost patience, and everything has to be now, instant
Mm.
gratification, now, 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 now. And if they have to wait, heaven forbid you have to wait 3 minutes, then now I'm mad. I didn't get my way, so now I'm mad, and it's like, oh my gosh, what are we doing to our humans? Like, what are we training them and teaching them and showing to them and modeling to them? Oh, I could go on and on and on.
well, I want to bring our listeners into this and
Yes.
ask, what do you like? Do you like
Yes.
self-checkout? Do you like to wait for the cashier? Do you want to leave a little spongy Jesus loves you thing? Like it's so if you choose a cashier, why do you choose that? And for me, it's
Yeah.
accountability. Like I want them to do their job. I've done the rest of the job for them. They can do this. So what do you do? What do you prefer? And why do you prefer it?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And inquiring minds want to know because this is such an intriguing topic, and I suspect that I mean, I wouldn't want to say 50-50, but I suspect that a lot of our listeners are going to prefer self-checkout, and a lot of our listeners are going to prefer to wait in line for that human connection and both for a myriad of reasons. And that to me, that's the intriguing part, but it helps us to get to know you a little bit better, listeners, whenever you share those moments, and we appreciate that. But yeah, this is just one of those topics that, I don't know. I guess because relationships mean something to me, they mean very much to me. I mean, even though like right now we are all on a screen, none of us are in the same physical location because we all live many, many miles apart from each other. And yes, there's a screen between us, but there's still, a sense of a personal connection there, because we come together, we talk, we laugh, we share things, we're vulnerable with one another, all of that. And so we're not saying that, technology is bad. It's not about any of that kind of stuff, because you can still have a personal connection with someone many, many miles away.
Right.
But when you have those opportunities, connect with people.
Yeah, don't forget about being human and being with other humans and serving other humans, just when you see your neighbor outside, go out and say, hey,
Yes.
you don't have to spend an hour talking to them. Just go out and say, hey, how you doing? Hey, your yard's looking nice, whatever. Oh, you got a new puppy. Oh, hey, cute,
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, yes. I could really go because I really have some very strong opinions. And I was having lunch with my nephew yesterday. He's almost 23, and he still wants to hang out with me, so I'm still kind of cool.
That's cool. Yes, that's cool.
And he asked me to go to lunch, which was even better. But
Nice.
anyhow, but not one time did either of us have our phone out. And at the
Yes.
end, I brought my phone out because there was an app that I wanted to tell him about. And then once he downloaded the app, our phones went right back away,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
a lady came over, and well, she was so sweet. She wanted to compliment my hair, which was very kind of her. But she said, "Oh, it looked like you and your son were just having the best conversation,
Aw.
you know." And I didn't correct her, because why?
Yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
matter.
Yeah.
And I said, we definitely love hanging out. And I go, right, Jake? Like, you better pick me up on this.
Exactly.
And he was like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But
it's sad to see when you see a group of, and they're usually the millennials, and there's all sitting at a table, and every one of them has their phone up, and like when Dave and I go out to dinner, or when I go out to dinner with my friends or anything, we're never on our phone unless we're trying to look up when did we say we were going to do that, or something like that, because my memory's not what it used to be, so I can't remember. But and then they, like you said, then they go away. And that's how it should be, because why go out to dinner together if you're just going to be on your phones?
right, exactly. Yeah.
That's
So
a
the
whole nother
moral of
topic. How phones ruin relationships.
yeah, the moral of our story today is
Yes.
get with humans and be
That's
nice.
right.
Yes. And
Support the
if they,
cashier doing her job, her job.
yes. And even
Mhm.
talking to the people in line, because I'll do that, especially around the holidays when the lines are like humongo,
Mhm.
But yeah.
Yes.
So, well, this is great.
It was fun as
So
always.
yes, yes, exactly. And so again, people who are watching this, I was going to say ladies, but I know we have some men viewers as well. So if you are watching this, we would love to know, as Angie said, and Ann have said, what do you think about the self-checkout? And we'll see, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Bye.